In this video, we're gonna draw a camper van. I like to pick a blue for my messy first draft. It's going to be my camper. I'm using this, that's the selection tool. Clicking the selection tool, making it a little bit bigger. It takes up part of the frame. And then you have your buttons down here. I'm using uniform. That means it will make it bigger and smaller, all in the same dimensions. Do a little window right here, maybe a little window right here. Have our, oops, that's not a wheel. A little wheel there, something like that. Maybe a little design. I think that's just about good. Alright, so that's our basic design. I'm going to change my color to black. Just trying to get a good angle for my hand here. So I can do it all in one swipe. That's pretty good. And I want to hold that down. Double tapping to erase. Straight line, hold it down to make it straight. Doing the same thing again. And then I'm going to lower my brush size. Doing the same thing. I'm just making this kind of like a screen door. I just want to line up that right there. And then I'll do the same thing up here. I'm erasing, hit the eraser button, and then just change the size of my, ooh, that's not straight. So let's go like this. Going back to my brush. I want to line that right up in the corner there. That's better. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to increase the size of my brush again, and then I will work on this window. It's not quite square, so I double tap to erase. Thinking maybe I want that window to be a little smaller. There we go. That's closer. Still not quite. I think I will do one line at a time. Just try one more time. It's just the way it happens sometimes. That's looking okay. And I want this one to be a little more square. I'm liking the way that looks. I'm going to lower my brush size. Actually, I'm going to do this on a separate layer so I can duplicate it. I'm going to go all the way across like that. Duplicate. I'm going to select it, drag it down like that. I'm going to combine those layers and erase the parts that I don't need. Increasing the size of my brush. There we go. I'm going to create a new layer. Increase the size of my brush back up. I want to make a well for my tire here. Then I'll go into the first layer, erase, that little area, and I'm going to make that a little bit rounder. Same with right here, just a little bit rounder. There we go. And then I can combine those two layers. So I'm holding the layer down, dragging it, and then I'll pinch those two layers together. Now I'm going to make the tire. Making a circle. Ooh, didn't quite connect there. I'm going to start over. Make sure I connect the pieces, and then I will hold it down to make it perfectly round. Touch the canvas. Because I'm on a new layer, I can select and drag that. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits inside that well. And then I can duplicate that and make the inside of the tire. There. It's looking pretty good. So I will combine those two layers, and I can combine the design layer with the first layer, and then I will add the trailer hitch. I want this coming like this. Kind of like that. Just gonna go like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. And something I want to do is add a couple of like fun design elements. So I'm going to get rid of this background layer, combine all my layers, and let's have a little fun with it. So I'm going to add a little window box here. Oops. So I'm just tapping to undo because it tried to, so I'll do the same thing here so you can see. So I did my window box, and then because I held it down, it tried to make it into a shape. So I just tapped to undo. So now I'm going to go into my bottom layer and erase that bottom part of the window. And I'll clean up my lines after. And then I'm going to create a new layer, go back to my brush, lower my thickness, and I'm just going to create some fun little flowers here. Ooh, I don't like that one. And then since it's on a layer, I can duplicate it. I'm selecting it. I'm going to flip it so it's not exactly the same on both sides. It'll look a little bit different. Grabbing that handle to move it around. There you go. Now I have some window boxes, so combining those layers together. And now I just need to delete this bottom piece behind the plants. Like that. Isn't that cute? So now I want to do just a little, kind of like a, I've seen this a lot on cute little things. So we're going to go like this and just make some little decorative banner things. I don't know what you call this. I'm blanking for the word right now. That's kind of cute. I think I'm going to create a little step right there. So because I'm not sure what I want it to look like yet, I'm going to go back to my blue and do just kind of like a little messy first draft. I don't like that. campers usually have like a, like that. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so we're going with, I'm holding this down, it will change between your last chosen color. So I'm going to move this down just a smidge. That's why I like doing a messy first draft, because then I can adjust. I think I'll make it a little step too. Because I'm making a coloring page, I want people to have something that they can color. Like that. I'll get rid of my messy first draft layer, and then I'm going to just erase this little piece underneath. There we go. I think that's looking pretty cute. Now I will just add, just going to anchor it to the ground. Actually, you know what? I kind of like it just the way it is. And I'm noticing, so this area here is a little bit off. See how it's a little bit crooked? I'm going to use this tool and I'm going to go around it. You just have to make sure you're on the right layer. Like that. Select. And then it's currently freeform or uniform. I'm going to go distort. Just bring that corner in a tiny bit, like that. I have to clean up my lines. So I'm on the first, actually I'm going to combine all my layers now, and then I'll just go in and clean up my lines. Just anywhere that looks a little wonky. This one is right on that corner where I can't really erase without doing more damage, so I'm just going to add a little bit to it. That's what I wanted. Same thing here. Lowering the size of my brush, I can really get in there. That's looking pretty good. You just drew a camper. Good job. If you like this video and you want to see more drawing tutorials or more Procreate tutorials, like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want to see. Bye!